Hey, what's up, guys? I am back in the shop working on a bench. I made a lot of progress today. I have attached the slab leg. I have uh, used my dowel rods to peg, drilled the holes and pegged everything, applied glue to all the surfaces. And then also I went ahead and sanded the edges that didn't match and line up and got all of that looking good. And now I'm working on the other side, the two legs, and I've got one of them glued in. And I was just about to put the other one in. I thought, well, let me jump on here and shoot a video real quick and show you kind of what's going on before I put this leg in, because I'll show it in the video what I'm doing, but I won't go into this, what I'm about to show you. So let me turn you around. All right, so here's the bench. Obviously, I've got this leg is glued in place. It's ready to go. This is on about a 15-degree angle, slightly more. This one will go in like so, like that. And so if you look at it from this side, you can see that it's got an angle there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is the rake. If you look at it from, or the angle going toward the front is the rake, and then if you look at it this way, the angle going out to the side is the splay. It's got it kind of a compound angle. It's going this way and that way. So I think I'm right. This is the if you're looking at it from the side, the angle going to the front and back is the rake, and then from this way, the angle is the splay. So anyhow, let me show you what I've done and how I did this. So this is slightly, there we go. So what I've done, I've drilled with a Forstner bit, on a 15-degree angle. Now I just started my hole like this, and then I slowly started turning it to where I get a nice angle. I used my digital angle finder to kind of get the angle that I wanted, and just roughly followed that. So these aren't going to be exact, but that's okay. This is the whole bench is rough. I still have to clean these ends up. So the whole thing is kind of out of, the whole bench actually is twisted, but it's not going to matter. So anyway, I drill the hole with the Forstner bit like this, and then with the leg, I put it back on the lathe and turn down basically a tenon. And because this is at an angle, the shoulder of this has got to be at an angle. So what I did, I just took the shorter measurement, which is this side, which is about 15/16, measured it down, turned that all the way down to where it would fit in this hole. And then I came over here, and on this high side, marked up 1.25 inches, because that's what that side's measuring. And so from there, I can draw a line from there to the back side of my leg, and then just rough draw it out. Now I didn't clean it up. It's kind of rough looking, but I did it with a Dremel and just roughly just kind of gave it a rough taper. It does not look good, but all I'm really concerned with is that this shoulder is going to be setting on the slab, and that all of this is going to get glue surface. All this is going to get glue on this surface, and that taper is going to allow me to just bang it on in with that mallet and get a tight fit. But I went a step further, and I'll show you in a second on that side where the dowel rod's going to come in on this end. I've got one concern with it, and I haven't made up my mind yet, but I went ahead and I did it on this one before I glued it up. I went ahead and I drilled through all the way at the same angle, so I've got a hole on the other side of the slab, so I'll know where I need to drill for the dowel rod. Because in just a second I'll show you, it'll kind of give me a matching look on top, two pegs here, 2 pegs down there. So what I'll do is I'll put a piece of tape like so, just right over that hole like that, and that way there will be no glue that runs down into that hole that I just drilled, and I won't have to contend with that when I start drilling out on the other side for this dowel rod. But the only concern I've got is the diameter on this is, you know, it's bigger, you know, than the dowel rod. This is 1 5/8 inches. This is 7/8. And I should be, if I stay pretty close to the center, I should be okay. I just don't want to take away from the integrity of the strength of this. But I'm thinking if I can get a nice clean hole drilled out through the center and just slam it full of glue and put this in here, that actually might be stronger than this alone, because this will be going all the way through, and that'll give me more strength on whatever weight is on this. So what do you guys think about that? Is the first question I got for you. All right, so now on this side you can see how the dowels or the pegs turned out. They look pretty good, I think. And then on the bottom side, let's see if I can get to it. You can see those. So that's what I'm talking about. I might have to, or I might do that on the other end to give my legs some more strength and also give it that dowel look on the other end. And so now you can also see my corners. Actually, it's hard to tell, but there is the miter. Everything looks like it's supposed to. So worked out pretty good. And so you can kind of see where everything, this is a crack right there, but you can kind of see where the miter is. And so I'm pretty pleased with that. And you can kind of tell, if you look close, you see how this grain is shooting back like this. So is this one. So I matched up all of that grain so it's all the same, and I sanded it down. It's got a nice round over. And then on this side, there's the sapwood, and you can kind of see how that matches up. You can kind of see how this grain takes this little jet out right here, and this one comes down and jets into it, so it all matches up. So there's the miter on that end, closed up pretty nicely, rounded over the edges. So that's looking good. Happy with the bow ties. So it's coming along really, really good. So you can kind of get the feel of what's going on here. We got that leg, and then we got these legs. So that ought to look pretty good once I get a finish on these. So I'm really excited. And then what I'll have to do is clean up the ends, give it a nice look, round everything over, and then figure out, the last thing to do is to figure out the amount to cut off of that leg and to match it up with these. And I don't know, I'll have to cut a little bit off here. I may just take a heavy grit with a random orbital sander and just kind of sand that down until I get what I want. I'm not sure yet, because I don't want to take a chance of trying to saw that and then break my joint loose. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm about to put this in here, right here, and then once I do that, let that glue dry, flip this thing over, go ahead and dowel from the other side, if I end up doing that, and then clean up the edges. And then I can worry about the height on both ends and then finish it. So still got a little bit to go, but you know, I'm thinking that this is pushing it really, really close. So when I get to about Wednesday afternoon, if I'm not like at the end of my project, I'm gonna be behind on getting everything published for like the website and the YouTube description and thumbnail and all that stuff, because recording and doing the project is, you know, it's a lot, but it's just as much to get everything that goes with it, because editing the video takes a while, you know, making a thumbnail takes a while for the video, writing an article for the website. Anyway, you guys may not care about that stuff, but it's just a lot that goes into it. So I try to get done my projects around, I don't know, say Wednesday morning, mid-afternoon, because I like to start them first thing Monday morning. But this deal is just a really big project. Sometimes I'll go into Thursday, and that gives me all day Friday to do computer work. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna finish working on this, and hopefully tomorrow I give you guys a sneak peek of what this thing is gonna look like sitting upright. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. See ya.